Is the clock ticking for Geno Smith? Well, I don't think the answer is technically yes, but he should watch out because he does have a potential out in his contract after this season. And the Seahawks, if they see continual losses on that schedule and it keeps coming and they miss the playoffs or end with a losing record, they're not going to want to pay that $17 million in dead cap next year and then $8 million the year after with, a total of a lot of money coming in, pretty much $25 million a year for the next 2 years. So I wouldn't say his clock's ticking quite yet, but Geno Smith better watch out because the Seahawks have not been playing up to their standard. And before I break it down even more, I want you to remember, I'm not saying this is on Geno Smith, but sometimes, and I would say most of the time, the two people that get blamed the most, let's actually just say 3 or 4. I'll just give you a list in the NFL. The 3 or 4 people that get blamed the most usually in the NFL are number 1 on the field, quarterback. And then a coach gets blamed, whether that's your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, or the head coach, or all of them involved. General managers and owners. No one, and I mean no one, looks at a team situation and goes, you know what? I blame the free safety. That's why we're 6-5. Now, they all play a factor, but I'm just saying when it comes to the major decisions, the major outlook on a season, whether it's going good or bad, no one says, if only we had a better center, I think we'd be a Super Bowl contender. Because no, usually if you are not a contender of some sort, that means your quarterback's not good enough, your coach is not good enough, the general manager hasn't done a good job, or the owner sucks. You never know. The owner might be firing coaches left and right, like Tepper over in Carolina. I'm not saying he's a bad owner. It's too early to tell, but I'm just saying there's no stability so far. And then you have organizations that have good owners, right? Like the Steelers who never change coaches. The Patriots, I know they're down right now, but you can't say they're bad ownership. The Ravens are always contending. And the Seahawks are one of those teams. And so for the Seahawks to go last year 9-8 and sneak into the playoffs, with this year looking very questionable, it's hard to know if Geno Smith's clock is ticking or not. And listen, I'm a Seattle sports fan. I'm a Seahawks fan. If I had to tell you right now, would Geno Smith be on the team next year? My answer is simply yes. Because why would he not be? He's 33 years old. He'll be 34 next year. Yes, his yearly cash is like 22 and 25 million the next 2 years. But that's not it's not crazy numbers these days. Yes, it's expensive, but we're going to get better production from him than a mid-round rookie quarterback. And if you do get a mid-round rookie quarterback, or even if you go get a first-round quarterback next year, you're still probably going to want him behind Geno Smith for a year unless he blows you away like the Russell Wilson situation 10 years back. Quick side note, if you want to support the brand at Seattle on Tap, you can find us everywhere at Seattle on Tap on all platforms, and you can check us out at seattleontap.com. We got merch. Every single day we're trying to get out some new merch coming, so check them out, and I'd love the support. Also, I'm Sammy on Tap. I also do Seattle sports stuff on my YouTube. You can see all those in the link in the description. Back to the video, where he blew away at training camp and they gave him the job. But I don't really feel like it's that type of situation. I would feel like it's more of a Will Levis situation in Tennessee, where they go ahead and get a rookie somewhere in the second round or third round and have him behind Geno for a year or two, learn the system, continue to build this team. But it's not a guarantee because of the way the Seahawks are playing. If they lose to the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow, today, or if they did yesterday, if you're watching this on Friday, I don't know when you're watching this. If they lose to the Cowboys, they'll be 6-6 on the season. They play the 49ers and the Eagles next. Let's say even they split those games, you're at 7-7. Or if you lose both, you're sitting at 6-8, and you're probably out of this playoff race unless you win the last 3 games of the year. So I'm not saying Geno Smith's time is up, but there is some big question marks. And I do think the clock is ticking in some way, shape, or form. Like I said, he got a guaranteed $27.3 million at signing, which was his signing bonus plus the 2023 salary. They have a $12.7 million base salary 2024, which is fully guaranteed on the 5th day of 2024 waiver period. Injury guaranteed at signing. So if you got hurt at the end of the year, it's this different situation. But they have till the 5th day of the 2024 wire to decide if they want to keep Geno Smith. And you never know in the NFL if a team decides, let's save this money and let's get rid of this guy before we're stuck with 2024 and 2025. And I'll continue to say, I don't think it's all Geno Smith's fault at all, actually. I just think at the end of the day right now, whatever's going on with this team, whether it's Shane Waldron and the coordinator, or whether it's Pete Carroll's systems drying out, I don't know. You never know what's going on, but Geno Smith's not cutting it, and you always got to look at the quarterback. You're not going to look at your legendary head coach and Pete Carroll. He's not going to be the first to go. If you have to pick between, they tried to do the whole Russell Wilson or Pete Carroll thing. They picked Pete Carroll. So if anyone's going to get the blame, it's going to end up being Geno Smith, because in this NFL, you look at the situation of the good teams, and they're usually in a situation where they have a good quarterback. And it made me want to bring up the top 10 PFF guys. If you look at the top 10 PFF guys, they're anywhere from Dak, Tua, Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins there, Mahomes, Lawrence, Kyle Trask was for one game. Just kidding. It was a joke. But he was on number 8, but he played like one snap. Because I think it was a completed snap. That's why. CJ Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, Lamar Jackson. There's a big common thing here. Winning teams. The highest rated quarterbacks are on winning teams. Or winning enough, right? Now, you look at the Buffalo Bills. I think they're 6-6 now. The blame's not on Josh Allen only, right? Because Josh Allen's he had a great game. He's playing good. If you look here, he's the 3rd highest pass rating on PFF, passing grade in the NFL. So you're not putting that blame on Josh Allen solely. But when it comes to the Seahawks, and Geno Smith's the 17th rated passer in the NFL, you're looking at the bottom half of starters, and your team is not performing, you could put the blame on Geno, and the Seahawks might just do that. So I hope that they give him another chance the rest of this year, and I actually hope they bring him back next year, unless we made some significant trade. Unless we go trade for, I don't know, I'm not saying this is who I want. I'm just saying unless they go make a trade for a guy like Kirk Cousins if they were moving off of him, or if they want to make a trade for a guy like who's the guy? Justin Fields wants to be traded or something, whatever it is. If that's not the case, you want to bring back Geno Smith, and I hope all the blame doesn't go on him. But I would be, I'd regret not mentioning the fact that his clock could be ticking in Seattle, even though I don't think it necessarily should quite yet. But Geno, you got to go win this game ASAP. You got to. Go Hawks. I'm Sammy on Tap. You can find all my stuff in the description, and you can check out all our merch in the description as well. Love y'all. Peace.